Show, a Christian perspective on hot topics surrounding our community with emphasis on personal and leadership development. This show is inspiring, informative, and entertaining. You never want to miss it. Now let's see what everyone is yakking about. The Yolanda and Cornelius Show. You may contact us through our website, www.trifoldoutreach.com, or by phone, 800-664-1793.
Welcome to the Yolanda and Cornelius Show, y'all. We have almost made it through the month of Black History, and we have not celebrated achievements in Black/African American history. But today's program, we have special individuals who are connected to not athletes, but engineers and scientists and innovators and entrepreneurs who have opened the door for people of color everywhere to enjoy what we call cellular communication. Pastor Glenn, good afternoon, sir. What's going on?
Good afternoon, Pastor Hill. How you doing? Sitting here enjoying this wonderful cold day.
Man, it is cold and wet out there.
Yes, it is.
Thank God for the liquid sunshine. I needed it, man. I needed it. People don't know your story as it relates, and it's not yours. We all own it. But even a lot of people in the primitive Baptist world do not know that one of the pioneering fathers of cellular communication comes from your family.
Yes. Jesse Eugene Russel Sr. is an African-American inventor who brought you cellular communication, wireless. He was the one who enabled the individual to take the cell phone that was in a car with cords, and he is the grandfather of 2G. He created 2G, and he is a Russel. He comes from, his mother was Mary Louise Russel, a.k.a. Mary Louise Booker.
Hamilton Tabernacle, then Glenn's Tabernacle, a.k.a. Mama, a.k.a. Shorty Booker, over on 1520 Straightway Avenue. Out east, Nashville, where it goes down, where 1518, Granny, his grandma, stayed right next door to us.
Okay, see, I'm not familiar with her.
Yeah, Bertha Mae Snell.
I don't remember
Bertha Mooney, that was my grandmama. She lived right next door, and then Carlton Glenn lived down the street at 1513, and then at 1511, Jesse's sister, Mildred Morton, a.k.a. Sissy.
Okay.
Ain't Sissy. She lived right there. So we all lived right there on Straightway, and they grew up in Hampton Tabernacle over on Booker Street. And then, of course, ventured and moved from there to Glenn's Tabernacle, where some of the great preachers have came from, including his brother, Ronnie Russell, great phenomenal preacher, Elder Bobby Russell, his other brother, great phenomenal preacher, Elder Richard Russell. All these come from the great,
What's Richard's nickname?
I can't tell everybody his nickname was Boot Nanny, man.
Yeah,
I can't.
Boot Nanny.
That's Boot Nanny there. So that's my pops, man. When my dad passed away, Eugene, Jesse, and Uncle Richard, and all the rest of them, Pop and Elder, all of them, their mom took me in. So we came from being not only cousins but brothers. So now my son, in Black History Month, my son says, "Dad, it's Black History Month. Can I interview the guy who invented the cell phone? You mean your uncle?
2G.
Yeah, he said,
Uncle 2G. We got Uncle 2G.
Uncle 2G. I said, well, son, he's a very busy man. Even Oprah Winfrey hasn't even interviewed this man. I mean, that's a very big shoe to fill. He said, Daddy, I believe I can do it. Can you make it happen? Well, of course, son. Let's get him on the phone. So I called, and he finally returned my call. He said, man, I will do anything for my nephew if he thinks of me that much. So we went over some things. We talked about what we was going to ask some questions, and then he called last Sunday, and he said, tell your son
that I'll let him interview me. And I want you to hear this interview and we record it because this is not an interview dedicated to a fourth grader.
Correct.
This interview is an all-out interview that he goes in depth as if though he's talking to, a great night show, talk show host. So this may be my son's. You never know. Maybe it's calling. You never know.
Maybe it's door opener.
Yeah. So without further ado, we're going to play to you something that's going to be done in person at Robert E. Lillard Elementary School on Friday on the 28th.
That's tomorrow.
Yes, that will be done.
Okay, so
at 10 a.m.
He'll do it with his students.
He'll do it with his students, with his class, with his principal and teachers.
Gotcha.
And they're going to highlight him.
Okay.
And also my daughter goes there, Diana. Isabella, Mackenzie Glenn, if I don't mention her name, you're
going to get murdered.
She's going to devour me. And their lovely mother, the wife, Alizette.
That's right.
Glenn,
that's right.
This is your time. Let's highlight you.
That's right.
Amen. So without further ado, let's play this.
Let's hear this interview.
Hi, my name is John Roman Glenn. I am a fourth grader representing Robert E. Lillard Elementary School in Nashville, Tennessee. Today, we will be interviewing Jesse Eugene Russel Sr. First, we would like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to talk to us. Can you tell us a little about yourself and where are you from?
Absolutely. First, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I was raised on the east side near Meigs High School, and also I went to Pearl High School, and I graduated from Cameron High School in South Nashville. I spend most of my time in the areas near the projects over by Pearl High School on Herman Street. Hopefully people know where that is. But I really wanted to be an engineer, but did not understand and know what it was about. And as a result, because I lived close to Fisk University, during the weekends, like on Saturdays, many of the students at Fisk University would come down to our neighborhood and take some of the young kids to Fisk University to teach them about math and science and reading. And that I happened to be fortunate enough to be very, very good at mathematics, and as a result, I learned about engineering at Fisk University, and the rest of it is sort of history, right? But that's how I got started, and that's where I grew up at. All of my family still lives in Nashville, Tennessee. I think I might be one of the few that left Nashville to graduate from Tennessee State University and then go on to Stanford University, and then leave from Stanford University to New Jersey to work at Bell Laboratories, which is one of the most renowned research and development organizations in the United States and probably within the world.
What are some of your accomplishments?
Well, the original one, that I got a great deal of accolades for, I created a mathematical model of how you could manage the United States telephone network. And as a result of that, in 1980, I was selected as the most outstanding engineer in America under the age of 32. I went on from that to enter what's called the cellular telecommunications field, which was called the mobile telephone service at the time. And that you may have heard of people named Biddle Bell and Alexander Graham Bell. But once Alexander Graham Bell had invented the telephone back early on, Biddle Bell took the telephone concept and decided to to put phones in places, and the primary places that they put phones, for those that are in my age group, would be telephones in homes, telephones in offices, and they had things they called public telephone booths. And that Ditto Bell was really insightful business guy, because it was Alexander Graham Bell that actually invented the concept of the telephone. But then in 1980, maybe 83, 84, I joined the mobile phone business. My boss had built the first car phone, and that they had just rolled that out. The cell phone was really invented in 1948, and then the individual that I worked for, he and a bunch of researchers in Bell Laboratories decided to, the only place that they had not put a phone, because they put phones in homes, offices, and in public places where people congregate, which were public telephone booths. So when I came in, the only thing that had not been done in terms of putting a phone in a place was putting phones in cars, and that created what they called the mobile telephone service, or the mobile telephone business. But they worked on that from 1961 to 1980 to get it to work. It took almost 20 years to take that invention and bring it to life, where you could actually make telephone calls from your car. And the very first call was made with an individual from AT&T, and the grandson of Alexander Graham Bell. After that, I came in around 1983, 84, and that I became involved in the development of cellular phones within cars, and that we were losing a lot of money doing that, and that I was the only black guy in the group, and that I got promoted to be in charge of the cellular telephone group. So the first cellular telephone organization was run by me. I took it over from my boss. I was promoted up and took it over from my boss. And then what happened was we were losing a lot of money, and that what I decided to do was to say, what's the problem? And what they said was, the problem is we can only make money when people are in their cars and people call them when they're in their cars. And so I thought, that's a very simple problem to solve, right? What we should do is just take the phones out of the cars and put them on people. But at the time, they told me, there's more people than cars, as if I didn't know that, right? That there were more people than cars. And then what I said was, if that's the problem, I know I was one of the foremost experts in digital signal processing. So I said, all we have to do is to convert the cellular business from a analog service in the car to a digital communication or a digital cellular service. And that was the beginning of what you know today as digital cellular communications. And the reason that I did it, and this is why having people, African Americans, Spanish Americans, and women involved in science and technology and engineering is because when we get involved, that we have different life experiences, and those life experiences shape what you think and what you propose and what you might invent. And that what happened with me was that they thought that my idea was not a very good idea, because they thought if you put the phones on people, everybody would be annoyed by that, and that because the phone would ring all the time. But I said, that's okay. If they answer the phone, we make money every time they answer the phone. So it's obvious to put the phone on the person, you can make more money, which is sort of a common sense idea. And if you grew up where I did, back in the urban centers of Nashville, Tennessee, I mean, people all the time come up with very innovative ideas just to survive, right? Yes. And so what I was saying there, because the group was actually going to be disbanded if we didn't come up with a new idea. And I said to them, I think people would answer the phone if you put it on the person, because in my neighborhood where I grew up at, most people didn't have cars, right? We either took the bus or we walked. and that I didn't think it was right that people in African American communities should not have the same option to own a cell phone as anyone else. So I propose that we could build, with digital cellular technologies, we could make the phones inexpensive enough that everybody could have a phone, and that they would all have the phone on their person. And as a result, we'd make a lot of money, and lots of people would benefit from that, not just rich people that could afford to pay $4,000 for a car phone, but I was proposing building phones for $400 where everybody could own a phone. And that was the birth of what you know today as digital cellular communications. It took us about 4 years. I have probably over 100 patents in the area since that time, but one of my initial patents was to build a digital cellular communication system. That was one of my first patents. And that became the foundation of what you know today as the modern day digital cell phone.
What are some of the things you have been faced with as a black inventor?
Well, the most challenging thing I've been faced with is that most other people don't see African Americans or black people or Spanish people and even women as inventors. And that what I think the challenge I had was that what you think and how you view life is not a reflection of what ethnic group, what gender that you're members of, right? What is important is that what I call cognitive diversity. This is how you think. Different people think differently about things, and the beauty of the fact that different people think differently about things because of their life experiences, many times putting people of different ethnic groups, different genders together, you will come up with ideas that you may not have thought of, just like the one that I came up with for putting phones on people. But the idea came because I knew people like me, and in my neighborhood in Nashville, Tennessee, many of them in my neighborhood didn't have cars, and I didn't think that was right. And I felt that we should actually develop and invent something that everybody could have. But that's an example of challenges where people saw me as a black engineer, but they didn't see me as a black inventor. But then when I came up with the idea, what they saw was they didn't really care whether I was black or white, right? What they saw was that I had come up with a way to save their business and save their jobs. And that then all of a sudden everybody started to support the idea of digital cellular communications, and then everybody started to cheer me and encourage me. And it took us about 4 years, and then we finally made it work. And as a result today, you have people walking around with cell phones, and they don't throw them away when they ring. Most people look at the cell phones and refuse to leave home without picking up their cell phones. Where people have told me that people would never do that. But I didn't let that stop me in terms of my vision of what we wanted to do, because I was motivated by helping people. And that's what differentiates inventors from a lot of other people, is that they are typically concerned with improving the quality of life of the people around them. And they're constantly looking at ways and new things that you could do that could improve the quality of the life of people. And that's basically what I did. But that's probably the most challenging thing I faced, is that being the only black guy, a black inventor in the group, that challenged the entire Bell system with wanting to take phones from places and put them on people. And even though it's a common sense idea, but many people did not think that my logic and what I wanted to do made a lot of sense. And today, everybody says it's the greatest thing that they ever had, right? Which is to have their cell phone where they can take their phone any place they go.
Now my favorite part. Can you tell everyone how we are related to each other?
Oh, I'd be delighted to say that, Ray. You are one of my nephews, and the reason I'm so proud of you is because of the fact that you wanted to interview an engineer or an inventor. Many times people prefer to interview lawyers and doctors. There's nothing athletes. There's nothing wrong with lawyers, doctors, and athletes, but we need to begin to glorify engineers and inventors as well, and we need more people of color, more black and Hispanic and women to become engineers. So I'm just proud of the fact that not only I'm proud for you being my nephew, but I'm more proud of the fact that you actually see science, engineering, and technology as something that interests you so much that you wanted to interview somebody that is noted in that field.
Now, thank you for taking time and talking to me and having this interview. And we also thank you for your great invention.
Well, no, thank you for being willing to think enough of me in my work to actually interview me. It was my pleasure, and I wish you a lot of luck. And a lot of the kids in your school, I hope they get an opportunity to listen to some of the things that I said, and I hope they also consider pursuing fields in science, engineering, and mathematics.
Man, that was great. 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 Well, Father, how do you feel?
Man, John Roman did his thing, man. He did his thing, man. I am so proud of him, man. Like I said, man, that was not just a basic, generic fourth grade interview questions, nor his response. He went in. He went in detail. So, I mean, I'm so proud of my son, man. He was able to do it. He stuck his chest out there. He's got his question in, and I definitely want to thank Jesse Eugene Russell Sr. for taking his time out to allow my son to interview him. And of course, I can't go, Roman would get on to me if I didn't send shouts out to the Robert Lillard Elementary School and to his teachers in the fourth grade in their little cluster pod area, to all of his students, to his principal. Also, he wants me to send a shout out to his sisters, Christian, Darian, Khalees, Elisa, and Dayana, and his grandmama. Most of all, he said, can we mention hers? Yes, we would definitely mention Miss Eleanor Collier on the phone. We send your shots out to them. So, Roman, man, this was dedicated to you, son. I am so proud of you. Keep it up. Keep the good work up, and let nobody tear you down or destroy your dreams.
Hey, y'all, you heard it first on the Yak. Mr. Jesse Russell, engineer, pioneer, most of all, Primitive Baptist. Big Harpeth on the map. Yeah. Tennessee. We're grateful for him, and we will be Pastor Glenn, his cousin / nephew, will be calling him and telling him the show will be ready tomorrow. To be ready, be ready tomorrow on Thursday, and on Friday, Jerome will do this interview again at school, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, man, we up and running, y'all. Hey, welcome to the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelius show. We hope you've had a wonderful Black History.
The Yolanda and Cornelius Show. Please check out our website at www.trifoldoutreach.com.